And now it's time for an offering. Amen. Amen indeed. A nigga. The pre-Columbian era of the Americas and the West Indies. The first people that Christopher Columbus encountered were the Jamaicans and the Cubans. It says St. Anne's Bay. Jamaica, Port Royal. Oh, they wanted to make it the wickedest city on the earth where they could come and just kill the niggers and take all their gold and treasures. The thing is, the Jamaicans, the Haitians, and all of those Caribbean islands were the mythical places of El Dorado where they had all of the gold, all the treasures. Royal Caribbeans. They were not slaves. They were free people. They were the richest people on the earth. Kingdom of Kush. The Pacific side of and the Atlantic side is from West Africa and Angola province is Mexico. It's a place called Mexico and Angola province in Southwest Africa. The Dogon is the sea god who the Romans call Neptune. And this had been going on since the Peloponnese. The 5 leagues of Sparta from coming out of the land of Egypt at Memphis. So Lower Egypt is the Red Crown. And the Red Crown has been here in the pre-Columbian era of America all through Atlantis, the time period of Nimrod, the Tower of Babel when the earth was still one. So these people have been here, their bloodline, their creeds, but they're the oldest creed. So the oldest creed of people on the earth, they're the original bloodlines from the Bible, Genesis. Their bloodlines are going extinct. Like they're at the last of their people, they're endangered species. That's what the negus is. They are few in number, and then these European nations that come out of the northern quarters, Europe and in the northern quarters in Asia Minor, Asia in the north. The younger people are now more numerous than the ancient bloodline. So the minorities, who they always call the niggas, the black people, are the original bloodlines on the land, on the earth, everywhere, in all of the solar places. There's, since the time of the pyramid builders in Chissa, okay, that complex, there's a temple underneath the Sphinx, 3 temples to the solar gods. That's what they were called, the solar men. They were solar men god. That was the name of the god was called Min. M-I-N, men. The erect penis. And I always had the flail and a crook in his hand. The scepter of power and dominion. And he was a reproduction god, a fertility deity. Okay, that's how they always portrayed him. Min Ka Ri. The 3rd pyramid builder. Min Ka Ri. The life force, the soul, the Ka. Re, the sun god. The Pharaoh. As I say, the Pharaoh, or it's the Pharaoh. The Pharaoh is the king of Africa, the king over the whole world, Royal Caribbean. He is the king. Sepias in Ethiopia. This is the Jamaicans who are at St. Anne's Bay. They're from the Kingdom of Kush, Kingdom of Ethiopia, Ammonian priests. So they keep the Orthodox tradition of the Phoenicians, who with the Ham and the Sham intermingled government, which would have been Akkad in Sumeria and Kush in Ethiopia, in Persia and Elam. Okay, it's Iran going into India. So those are the ancient bloodlines who have all their temples there. So, well, that's what this discussion is based on, basically. I'm from the pre-Columbian era of America in the land of Jamaica. The Jamaicans were the first people Christopher Columbus encountered. And as you look at the Jamaican people of today, the niggas, they're Negroes. They got Afro-Asiatic eyes, lips, wide bridge noses. The black people, Teotihuacan, Cholula, everywhere in Mexico, the whole Atlantean continent. All the American Indian Wars was based on this same thing, black and white. This was our land before they even got here. We were never really slaves at all. We were free people. And the law of great pieces were governed us before any Christopher Columbus got here. The Iroquois leader of the North said they had the law of great peace, which preceded the Declaration of Independence, where all men were deemed created equal. And they say, this land is my land, this land is your land. From El Dorado, California, to the New York Island. Right here. This land is made for you and me. Like the $1 bill, George Washington is on the $1 bill saying this. Looking out of the pyramids of Egypt. He's looking out the pyramid. He knew that's the only people this land could belong to. So the first people Columbus encounters, the American Indians. The people, they were like the people of Jamaica and Cuba. Dark-skinned, Afro-Asiatic looking people. Just like the people he saw in East India. That's how he saw them in the West. I'm going to read a little note on the American Indians. Regional groupings of the Indians. All Indians belong to the Mongoloid or racial stock, he says, in some ways. They are similar to the Chinese, Japanese, and other Eastern peoples. The other Eastern peoples, they don't say. Ethiopians are East Africa. So East India, he doesn't say those people. They are like the Africans, they are like the Ethiopians of the East. Okay. And the people of Arabia in like a burnished bronze color, they were solar deities. And the three temples that's underneath the Great Sphinx, in those underground chambers, the solar gods. 3 solar temples that govern the 3 horizons around the earth. If the earth is like 365 and a fourth, 365.25, as the sun makes a full round around the earth in 1 year. You divide that by 3. There are 3 divisions. The earth would be ruled by one of the 3 solar gods or solar deities. And the 3 forms at the 3 pyramids at Giza, at the complex with those boats, the sun boats, the Pharaoh. The Pharaoh was the royal family of Egypt, and they spread over the 3. So if you divide 365.25 by the number 3, a third of the world belonged to each one of those guys. 1/3 of the whole earth. I came with I think it was like 121 point something. Now I'm gonna try to find my calculator and do the math on this shit. Stay tuned.